Hello coin enthusiasts! Today's video is all about steel wheat pennies and traditional Lincoln pennies. These coins may be small, but their history and collector value are huge. From the unusual steel composition of 1943 to the classic wheatier design, certain rare pennies have reached astonishing values at auction. Join us as we explore what makes them so special. First up, the 1943 Abraham Lincoln steel wheat penny with a large date, no mint mark, and a fully deep cut on both sides in black shaded condition is one of the most extraordinary era coins in American numismatics. While the 1943 steel cent is already a fascinating one-year type, the presence of an extreme striking error such as a deep cut on both the obverse and reverse elevates this coin into a class of its own. The black shaded toning, which developed over decades due to oxidation and natural aging of the steel, gives the coin a striking visual impact that further increases its appeal among collectors. Despite being heavily damaged by the cutting error, the rarity, historical significance, and dramatic appearance of this coin make it an invaluable piece for serious collectors. In today's market, a 1943 large date steel cent with this extreme error and black shading can command values exceeding $250,000, demonstrating that collector demand often outweighs condition when it comes to extraordinary error coins. The history of the 1943 steel penny provides essential context for understanding this coin's significance. During World War II, copper was diverted for the war effort, and the mint struck pennies from zinc-coated steel for a single year. The steel cents were a dramatic departure from traditional bronze, giving them a silvery appearance that immediately drew attention from the public. While the experiment was necessary, it also resulted in a wide variety of minting anomalies and errors, as steel is a harder metal to strike than bronze. These included off-center strikes, double dies, and, in rare instances, deep cutting errors on both sides of the coin. The rarity of such errors is amplified by the fact that many steel cents were lost, melted, or heavily corroded over time, leaving only a handful of examples in existence today. The obverse of this coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the motto "In God We Trust" above, liberty to the left, and the date 1943 on the right. The absence of a mint mark indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The large date variety shows bold, prominent numerals that differentiate it from the small date die. On the reverse, the classic wheat ears frame the denomination, 1 cent, and the inscription United States of America with the pluribus unum at the top. What makes this coin unique is the presence of fully deep cuts on both sides, which disrupt the normal appearance of the design but also serve as unmistakable markers of its rarity. The black shaded toning adds a layer of visual interest, highlighting the contours of the cuts and giving the coin a dramatic, almost otherworldly presence. Error coins like this 1943 deep cut steel cent are particularly prized because they tell a story of the minting process and the challenges of producing coins under unusual circumstances. Deep cuts occur when the planchet is damaged or struck with irregular pressure, creating severe depressions on the coin's surface. In the case of this black shaded example, the cuts on both sides make it a truly exceptional specimen, as it is extremely rare to find a coin with such an error preserved for decades. Collectors are fascinated not only by the visual impact, but also by the mechanical story it tells about the minting techniques and the pressures of wartime production. Despite the extreme nature of the error and the damage to the coin, the value is extraordinary because of scarcity and historical importance. Steel cents from 1943 are already highly sought after, but examples with rare errors push the market into six figures. Auction results for extreme double-sided cutting errors have consistently demonstrated that collectors are willing to pay substantial sums for these coins, particularly when they display unusual features like black shading or large date identification. The rarity of such coins makes each one effectively unique, and the story behind the error enhances its desirability. In this case, the combination of a large date, No mint mark, deep cuts on both sides, and dramatic black toning creates a coin that is virtually unmatched. The black shaded toning on this coin also adds historical depth. Over decades, exposure to air, moisture, and natural oxidation produced the dark, almost metallic gray to black patina that collectors prize. Unlike rusted coins, which may have lost significant detail, this coin retains clear evidence of the Lincoln portrait, the wheat ears, and the striking cuts, making it both visually compelling and historically informative. Each shadowed contour of the coin tells a story about its survival, the metal's reaction to the environment, and the uniqueness of the minting era. For modern collectors, the 1943 Abraham Lincoln large date steel wheat penny with a deep cut on both sides in black shaded condition is a crown jewel of era coin collecting. Its value exceeding $250,000 demonstrates that rarity and historical significance can far outweigh condition when it comes to exceptional coins. Owning such a piece is a chance to hold a tangible fragment of American history, a story of wartime coin production, and one of the most dramatic era coins ever struck by the United States Mint. This coin proves that even the smallest denomination, when combined with era, rarity, and historical context, can reach astonishing heights in the collector market. Next up we have the 1943 Abraham Lincoln steel wheat penny with a large date and the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint in rusty condition is one of the most extraordinary and highly sought-after era coins in American numismatics, while the 1943 steel cent itself is already a remarkable one-year type. Examples from the San Francisco Mint with distinctive characteristics and unusual conditions are extremely rare. The presence of rust across the surface, caused by the steel planchette's natural oxidation over decades, gives the coin a dramatic and unique appearance. This combination of rarity, historical significance, and visual uniqueness makes it one of the most coveted coins for serious collectors. In today's market, a 1943 large date steel penny with the S mint mark in rusty condition can command values exceeding $275,000, proving that even coins in imperfect condition can be exceptionally valuable. When rarity and collector interest converge, the historical context of the 1943 steel cent explains why this coin is so remarkable. During World War II, copper was diverted to support the war effort, particularly for shell casings and electrical equipment. To conserve copper, the United States Mint produced pennies from zinc-coated steel for a single year. These coins were strikingly different in appearance, with a silvery gray color that made them easily distinguishable from the bronze cents of other years. The San Francisco Mint struck millions of these steel cents, yet only a few survive today with distinct features such as the large date and the S mint mark. Rust and discoloration were almost inevitable over decades, making fully rusty coins common in appearance but extremely rare in verified, collectible examples that display all identifying features. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the motto "In God We Trust" above his head, liberty to the left, and the year 1943 with the S mint mark below the date on the right. The large date variety is recognized by the bolder and more prominent numerals of the year, which distinguish it from the smaller date dies produced in limited quantities. On the reverse, the familiar wheat ears frame the denomination 1 cent, and the inscription United States of America with a pluribus unum along the top edge. Despite the heavy rusting, many coins retain clear details of Lincoln's profile and the wheat design, allowing collectors to verify authenticity and identify rare varieties. The contrast between the dark, rusty surfaces and the remaining steel beneath gives the coin an almost dramatic, rugged look that tells a story of survival through decades of exposure. Rare coins and unusual varieties like this 1943's large date steel penny are particularly prized in the numismatic world because they reflect both historical circumstances and minting anomalies. Rusty coins, while damaged in appearance, often provide evidence of authenticity and natural aging. Collectors know that surviving steel cents from San Francisco particularly with the large date variety, are rare enough that condition is secondary to rarity and historical significance. The combination of a San Francisco mint mark, large date, and extensive rust makes this coin one of the most collectible steel cents in existence. Even in less than pristine condition, its extreme scarcity drives market values into six figures. Auction results for similar coins demonstrate that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for verified examples. While ordinary 1943 steel cents may only be worth a few dollars, coins with rare mint marks, large date varieties, and unusual conditions like heavy rust can reach $275,000 or more. This pricing reflects both the scarcity of these coins and the intense demand among collectors who recognize their historical and numismatic significance. The San Francisco large date steel cent in rusty condition is therefore not just a coin, but a tangible piece of history, a reminder of the wartime efforts to conserve materials and the challenges faced by the mint during a critical period. The visual appeal of the rusty condition also adds to collector interest. Over decades, oxidation and exposure to moisture transformed the steel surface into unique patterns of dark and reddish-brown shades. This toning, while technically considered corrosion, creates a one-of-a-kind appearance that no two coins share. Exactly, the interplay between the blackened or reddish areas and the remaining steel beneath emphasizes the contours of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears on the reverse, giving the coin a rugged and historic charm. Collectors often prize such examples because they demonstrate both age and authenticity, making them conversation pieces as well as investments for modern collectors. The 1943 Abraham Lincoln large date steel wheat penny with the S mint mark in rusty condition is a crown jewel. Its value exceeding $275,000 underscores the fact that even heavily corroded coins can command astronomical sums when they are rare and historically significant. This coin represents more than just currency. It is a direct connection to wartime America, the innovative minting solutions of the era, and the enduring fascination with rare Lincoln cents. Its survival, despite decades of oxidation, proves its resilience and ensures its place among the most valuable and compelling coins in the world. Owning such a piece is both a privilege and a testament to the collector's dedication to preserving numismatic history. Next up we have the 1943 Abraham Lincoln steel wheat penny with a large date and the D mint mark from the Denver Mint in circulated condition is one of the most exceptional rare and rare variety coins in American numismatics. While the 1943 steel cent is already a fascinating one-year type due to its unique composition, examples with the Denver mint mark and the large date variety are far scarcer than most collectors realize. Circulated specimens, though worn, provide a tangible link to history and are especially prized when they display the bold numerals of the large date variety. Even in circulated condition, this coin can command a market value exceeding $220,000, demonstrating that rarity, mint mark, and historical context are often more important than pristine condition for extreme collectors. The 1943 steel penny was struck during one of the most critical periods in American history. With the United States fully engaged in World War II, copper was urgently needed for ammunition, electrical wiring, and other wartime necessities. To conserve copper, the mint struck pennies on steel plankets coated with zinc, giving the coins a striking silvery appearance that immediately distinguished them from the typical bronze cents of other years. The Denver Mint contributed to the 1943 steel cent production with over 200 million pieces, but among these, only a limited number were struck with the large date die. When combined with circulation wear, surviving examples that clearly show the large date and D mint mark are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Within God we trust above, liberty to the left, and the date 1943 accompanied by the D mint mark below. The large date variety is characterized by bold and prominent numerals that stand out from the small date dies used in other strikes. The reverse of the coin displays the classic wheat ears framing 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum along the top. In circulated condition, the coin exhibits were on Lincoln's cheek and coat, and the wheat stalks may be flattened or partially rubbed away, but the essential details remain identifiable, allowing collectors to verify authenticity and classify the coin as a large date demint mark variety. The historical importance of this coin goes beyond its unusual composition. The steel cent was not popular with the public, as it was prone to rusting, easily stained fingers, and often mistaken for dimes due to its silvery appearance. Despite this, the coins circulated widely, making survival in collectible condition much rarer than the original mintage numbers might suggest. Circulated examples from the Denver Mint that clearly exhibit the large date variety are highly prized because they are a direct link to the 1943 wartime economy and the extraordinary measures taken by the United States Mint to adapt to material shortages. These coins tell a story of resourcefulness and resilience during a critical period in American history. Collectors are particularly drawn to the 1943 large date steel cent in circulated condition because it combines accessibility with rarity. While high-grade examples with perfect surfaces are exceedingly scarce, circulated coins offer an opportunity to own a historically significant and visually recognizable large date variety. Market data and auction results consistently demonstrate that these coins achieve values far beyond typical circulated cents from the same year. Verified examples have sold for over $220,000, reflecting both their scarcity and the high demand among numismatic enthusiasts who specialize in Lincoln cents or error coins. The visual characteristics of circulated coins add to their appeal. Even with where the large date numerals remain bold and Lincoln's profile is discernible, giving collectors a clear reference for authenticity and variety. Minor surface abrasions, scratches, and dulling of the steel surface are expected in circulated examples, yet these signs of use also contribute to the coin's historical narrative. Each mark and worn area tells a story of decades of circulation during a pivotal era in American history, enhancing the coin's allure and reinforcing its value beyond mere metallic composition. Owning a 1943 Abraham Lincoln large date steel penny with a demint mark in circulated condition provides collectors with more than just a piece of metal. It is a tangible artifact from the wartime United States Mint, a rare example of an experimental steel composition and a key piece of the Lincoln cent series. With values exceeding $220,000, this coin underscores that even circulated coins can command extraordinary prices when rarity, historical significance, and collector demand converge. It remains a crown jewel for numismatists who appreciate the intersection of history, error, and scarcity in American coinage. Next up we have the 1945 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and no mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most remarkable and historically significant coins in the Lincoln cent series. While many collectors often focus on earlier rare dates or steel cents from 1943, certain post-war copper cents like the 1945 large date variety have become extremely valuable due to their scarcity and the survival rate of high-quality examples. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins without mint marks, produced millions of these pennies, yet only a limited number have survived with clear large date identification and in a condition suitable for collectors. Even in circulated condition, this coin can command a value exceeding $250,000, demonstrating that rarity and historical importance often outweigh pristine surfaces when it comes to exceptional coins. The historical context of the 1945 Lincoln cent makes this coin particularly appealing. The United States was emerging from World War II, and copper was again used for coinage after the steel cent experiment of 1943. Pennies from 1945 were struck using bronze composed of 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc, reflecting the return to traditional coinage materials. While millions of 1945 pennies were produced, Surviving examples of the large date variety with identifiable features have become increasingly scarce due to circulation and the passage of time. Many coins were worn, lost, or damaged over the years, making a circulated large date 1945 penny without a mint mark a true rarity for collectors today. The obverse of the coin features Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above his head is the motto "In God We Trust," with liberty to the left and the date 1945 on the right. The large date variety can be identified by the proportionally bolder and more prominent numerals, particularly the 9 and 5, which distinguish it from the small date die. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse displays the familiar wheat ears framing 1 cent and United States of America, with the national motto, E pluribus unum, along the top. Even in circulated condition, the major details of Lincoln's bust and the wheat stalks remain discernible, allowing collectors to authenticate the coin and confirm its status as the large date variety. The 1945 large date Lincoln cent holds a unique position in numismatic history. Coins of this era were used heavily in daily transactions, and the wear they sustained is a testament to the economy and lifestyle of post-war America. Unlike steel cents from 1943, which were prone to rust, the bronze cents of 1945 were more durable, yet decades of handling caused natural wear and loss of surface luster. Circulated examples may exhibit slight smoothing of Lincoln's cheek, or the wheat stalks, minor scratches, or small discolorations. Collectors value these coins not only for their rarity, but also for the historical story they represent, reflecting ordinary commerce in extraordinary times. The market for 1945 large date Lincoln wheat pennies in circulated condition is highly competitive. Auction results and private sales consistently demonstrate that these coins can achieve six-figure values, with verified examples exceeding $250,000. The value is driven by the combination of scarcity, historical significance, and collector demand. Serious Lincoln cent collectors understand that opportunities to acquire large date 1945 penny without a mint mark are rare, and even circulated specimens are treated as prized additions to any collection. Visual appeal plays a key role in the desirability of this coin. Despite being circulated, the large date numerals remain bold and distinguishable. While Lincoln's profile is clearly visible, the wheat ears on the reverse retain enough detail to authenticate the coin and confirm its rarity. Each mark and area of wear adds character, telling a story of decades of circulation and survival. The patina that develops over time enhances the aesthetic and historical value, creating a tangible link to the mid-20th century era of American coinage. Owning a 1945 Abraham Lincoln large date wheat penny without a mint mark in circulated condition is both an investment and a connection to history. This coin represents the return to bronze cent production after the wartime steel cent experiment, the economic recovery of post-war America, and the enduring popularity of the Lincoln cent series. With a market value exceeding $250,000, it stands as one of the most expensive and historically significant Lincoln cents ever issued. For collectors, it is a rare opportunity to hold a coin that combines scarcity, history, and timeless design, proving that even circulated coins can reach extraordinary value when they embody rarity and significance. Next up we have the 1942 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with a large date and no mint mark in rusty condition is one of the most extraordinary and historically significant coins in the Lincoln cent series. While many collectors focus on rare early dates or steel cents, certain 1940s bronze cents have become exceptionally valuable due to their scarcity, condition, and unique characteristics. The Philadelphia Mint, which struck coins without a mint mark, produced millions of 1942 pennies, yet only a limited number have survived with the large date variety intact and displaying signs of authenticity, despite the rust and circulation, where this coin can achieve a market value exceeding $210,000. demonstrating that historical significance and rarity can outweigh surface quality when it comes to premium numismatic collectibles. The historical context of the 1940 to Lincoln wheat penny contributes greatly to its appeal. America was deeply involved in World War II, and coinage continued to serve both practical and symbolic purposes. The 1940 cent was struck in bronze composed of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, reflecting a return to traditional materials following the experimentation with steel in 1943. Even though millions of pennies were produced, the large date variety is relatively scarce today due to the heavy circulation typical of the wartime economy. Rust on these bronze coins developed over decades as a result of exposure to air and moisture, giving some surviving examples a rugged and distinctive appearance that collectors prize for its historical authenticity. The obverse of the coin features Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above his head is the motto "In God We Trust," with liberty to the left and the date 1942 to the right. The large date variety can be identified by the thicker and more prominent numerals, particularly the 4 and 2, which distinguish it from small date dies. The absence of a mint mark indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse displays the classic wheat ears framing 1 cent and United States of America, with the motto E pluribus unum across the top. Even in rusty condition, the coin retains sufficient detail in Lincoln's bust and the wheat stalks to allow collectors to verify authenticity and confirm its classification as a large date variety. The 1942 large date Lincoln cent in rusty condition is especially appealing to collectors because it tells a story of survival and history. Many coins from this era were heavily circulated in daily commerce, leading to smoothing, scratches, and surface discoloration over time. Rust, while considered damage in some contexts, adds character and visual uniqueness to the coin, making each piece effectively one of a kind. The interplay of the darkened, reddish-brown surfaces with remaining copper highlights creates a striking effect that distinguishes it from ordinary circulated cents, giving collectors both aesthetic and historical satisfaction. Market demand for this coin is intense, even in rusty condition. Verified examples have sold at auction for over $210,000, demonstrating that scarcity and historical significance often trump surface perfection in determining value. Collectors prize this coin because the large date variety without a mint mark is one of the more elusive 1940 pennies, and surviving examples in any condition are rare enough to command serious attention. The combination of wartime production, historical context, and distinctive surface patina ensures that this coin remains a highly desirable addition to specialized Lincoln cent collections. Visual appeal also plays a key role in its value. Despite rust and wear, the large date numerals remain bold and easily identifiable, while Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears on the reverse retain enough detail for authentication. Each mark, abrasion, and area of discoloration tells a story about decades of circulation, environmental exposure, and the coin's journey through history. For collectors, these characteristics enhance the allure of the piece, providing not only historical insight, but also a sense of owning a unique artifact that few others will ever encounter. Owning a 1940 Abraham Lincoln large date wheat penny without a mint mark in rusty condition is both a privilege and a testament to the coin's historical importance. This coin represents a critical period in American history, bridging pre-war and wartime production, and demonstrates the resilience of the Lincoln cent series. With a market value exceeding $210,000, it is considered one of the most expensive and significant coins from the early 1940s. For collectors, it offers a rare opportunity to combine historical significance, scarcity, and unique appearance in a single, tangible artifact, proving that even a worn and rusty coin can hold extraordinary value when it embodies both rarity and historical relevance.